guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hey hun, be sure to subscribe and follow me on all my social medias. The links will be down below. I have not said that for a hot minute. It has been a couple years since I've been on YouTube. I honestly didn't know if I was going to come back. I'm going to be so real with you guys. I genuinely didn't know if I was ever going to come back to YouTube. So this is a moment in time. I am so happy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Let's just get straight into where I've been, what I've been doing with my time off, and what this time off has taught me. So yes, I disappeared for 2 years, and this is what life taught me in that time. So I have been through the ringer, guys. I genuinely have been through the ringer, okay? I am not going to get into like a lot of in-depth personal details just for other people's privacy. I'm just going to be respectful across the board. I've definitely name dropped in the past, guys, but I can't be bothered for the backlash that comes with that. So I'm just going to protect everyone's peace, be respectful, not use names, and not out any personal details too much. So last time you guys would have seen me, I was in a relationship, and if you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably know a little bit more. So you probably have a bit more of an insight as to what's going on before watching this video. But basically, yes, I am now a single lady. I'm a single lady. I'm a single lady. The reason why I stopped YouTube the first time, where there was a lot on my plate. I know this is a cop out, I know whatever, but I'm just explaining because it doesn't matter because we're here now, right? So I got a tattoo apprenticeship again for the second time. If you've watched any of my apprenticeship videos previously, you know that they are unpaid. They can be very hard financially. I was living outside of home, and also my housemate just moved out, so I was responsible for $500 a week when I was earning $0 a week. So it was a little bit anxiety riddling time, right? At this time, I also started dating the person that I was dating. I hope none of it sounds bad, but it is all in the past. But anyways, it was almost like out of security and ease that he moved in. The old housemate moving out and the boyfriend moving in, it was almost just made easy for me in that way, because I genuinely wouldn't have been able to live at that place if I didn't do that. And yes, I could have got somewhere else, but I have 3 cats, so me having my own home is really important. I can't just house share somewhere. I just love to fuck myself over today. So rocking a hard place, that's where I was at in the moment. Now, the place I was working at was not mentally healthy for me for a lot of different reasons. However, what I will touch on is how it physically made me feel, like my physical body, my anxiety, my depression, and basically what was happening to me personally in that time. So this time was the first time I ever went on antidepressants in my life. I've been prescribed them before, but I never took them because, one, I personally don't like to take things unless like I actually need to. I like to try and naturally cure myself. If I can't, I'm obviously very aware that you can't naturally do everything yourself, and it was to a point where I should put a trigger warning here right now, by the way, because I am talking about mental health and anxiety, and trigger warning. So I've had thoughts of, I've never had intent to go through with that, and that's why I thought, okay, I'm thinking about it, but I don't actually want to do it. That was previously, like when I was 16, my life of depression. This moment in time, it wasn't a yes, I wanted to do it, but it wasn't a no. It was an unsure, and that's what scared me. So I chose to go to the doctor and to get on antidepressants. And basically what happened at this doctor appointment, which, God, I literally just keep fucking thanking God that this happened to me. Because everything happens for you, but I'm really happy that this happened for me. So I went to the doctor appointment, and my doctor prescribed me for my anxiety, for my depression. And because obviously the mental state that I was in, she gave me a bit more time with the nurse just to speak about options for my mental health and support in that way. Anyway, so I went into another room with the nurse, and she could tell just my state, I guess, because I genuinely needed someone in the room with me, because I can't even remember the sessions myself. I was at, you know. And she said to me, it doesn't matter where you're at in a workplace. If it's making you feel this bad, you need to walk away. People don't say enough to do things for yourself. They make you feel bad for leaving a workplace. If you leave, you're not benefiting them anymore. So you really need to be selfish and do what you have to do. So her saying be selfish and do what I had to do, it was along those lines, is what really gave me the courage to leave this workplace. And I basically, every 6 months or so, I was jumping around studios by studio, not really feeling settled anywhere. I didn't really have a full place anywhere that felt really good. So I literally stayed at every single studio for about 2.5 years for 6 months each. And now I'm at a studio and I've been there, what, like almost 1.5 years now, plus that was one of the 6-month ones. So technically, if you're summing it all up, I've been there about 2 years now. So that is just, that's crazy to me because I've never stayed anywhere for longer than a year in a tattoo studio. So God bless that I found my place. Look, I literally just got goosebumps. I'm like fucking hot, guys. Okay, I'm going a bit on a tangent here, but you can understand where my mental space was in this time. It was one of the most negative that I have been in. I have been in a lot of lows, but this one was definitely a very low. One of the lowest in my life. But I'm not going to say the lowest because girls been through shiitake mushrooms. Anyways, we all have. So because of other factors, including a relationship, including apprenticeship, including me also still doing social media, I was still pushing to do my YouTube. And because of this, my boyfriend at the time suggested that I quit YouTube or quit one of the things that I've got going on because it's a bit much. I just want to preface, people genuinely treat you how you allow them to treat you, okay? So when I stopped being allowed to be treated a certain way by a certain person, that relationship ended, okay? And it's nothing against this person, it's nothing against me, it's indifference, right? The opposite of love is indifference, so there's no hate there, it's just different people. But basically, I did give up YouTube in the time, and it upset me, but it essentially was my choice, wasn't it? I can listen to whoever says whatever about me, but it's ultimately my choice if I do something or not, isn't it? So yeah, that is fully on me, but that's basically the situation I was in. I was feeling pulled from too many different ways. Also, starting up the apprenticeship was like a big fucking thing. Like, that is hard to get your feet off the ground and actually start to make money and be good and like actually do your apprenticeship right and not just like rush just to start making money. Fast forward, I'm out of the workplace that was making me unwell. I'm in a better environment. I was also having anxieties of moving houses as well, because in this economy, girl, if you've tried to get a house, especially in Perth, I don't know about other places in Australia, it is hard. It took me 6 months to get this place, and we were literally at the end of like looking. I was about to have to like move in with a friend, or like I don't even know where I was gonna live, okay? Anyways, so I was dealing with that. That gave me a lot of stress as well. So yes, it balanced out from leaving that workplace, but then also I had this added extra stress. And on top of that, I was ignoring myself for a good chunk of this relationship. I was ignoring here, I was ignoring here, and I was ignoring this as well. So I was ignoring my physical body. I got really slim, literally had no eyebrows, like girls growing them back. Anyways, so I was ignoring my physical, mental and spiritual bodies, like literally all of them. I wasn't doing anything spiritual. I completely shut that off. I didn't feel the connection from here to here anymore. It's always there. It's a matter of how much you tap into it, but I was not tapped in. My physical body, I was almost gaslighting myself that I was healthy because I used to go to the gym. Girl, I did not go to the gym for the majority of the last 2 years. I'm not gonna lie. The past 4 months before I broke up with that person, I was going to the gym again. The first month that we started dating, I was going to the gym. So this is where my first little bit of advice is going to be, and that is bad company corrupts good habits. If you have good habits that you've built up and you've grown that muscle, and you start to hang out with someone and they are polar opposite and they're the unhealthy version, right? That unhealthiness, that energy, that person and those habits are going to start seeping into your energy, your habits, your person. If they're not healthy, you're more than likely gonna start going a bit lower on your health. Again, I have free will, I have a brain, I have a mind, I have a spirit, I have a body, I have all these things that could have said no. I did not need to even go through this relationship whatsoever. However, everything in life you need to go through, and I wouldn't have these lessons to share with you guys now. I'm not upset that I have gone through what I've gone through. A preventative for next time, if I do see this kind of archetype in my life again, is avoidance. If they're not in my life and they're not a person that needs to be in my life, I'm here energy-wise and they're here energy-wise, I'm gonna keep moving my shit on. That's the fuck what I'm gonna do. So when bad people corrupt your good habits, what you need to do is protect yourself, to surround yourself with the people that reinforce those positive habits. Genuinely, if you find people that are like-minded, that enjoy the same things as you, that energy is going to amplify itself tenfold. You go to the gym, if you find a gym buddy or one of your mates that goes to the gym, you're going to be more inclined to go to the gym. Or you have an accountability partner that you can text about going to the gym, or that you guys can support if they see you at the gym when you've posted online. They can give you some positive words and vice versa. If you go to the gym and you're with someone that eats unhealthy, that doesn't drink water. You're probably gonna go to the gym less. You're probably gonna slack on your healthy eating habits and eat more takeout. And this is the slow shift with the corruption. I'm not saying these people are like purposely doing this. I'm just saying energy wise on the subconscious. Basically, when this relationship ended, I adopted one codependency to another through a friendship. So without getting too much into that, because I'm sure you guys are aware of codependencies and unhealthy attachment styles, that's what I was doing. The lesson here really is, if you don't deal with the shit, like with your shit, it's going to manifest in other relationships. Doesn't matter if it's romantic, doesn't matter what kind of relationship, it will manifest in one of those until you sort it out. Everything that I was doing negatively to myself through my relationship was now coming out in a friendship. So I was then codepending on this person, spending all my time basically relying on them to regulate things in myself. Like genuinely, I needed someone accountable for what I was doing at all times. This person started to drift, they entered their own relationship, and this allowed a space for me to realize what I was doing. I started to 180 on my energy and reshift, because I used to love my alone time. Like I used to live alone. It's not my first rodeo that I've lived alone. Like I've lived alone a lot. I love it. In the beginning of living alone again, I fucking hated it. Like I didn't want to be here. All the reminders of like your ex and blah, 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 blah. All that shit's gone. You clear out the space, you move your bed around, you buy a new one, you do this, you do that, and it's all good. It's just a fucking space that you put the energy into. So that's another little tidbit. If you are going through a breakup and you're the one staying in the home, completely reshift the energy by clearing it out with sage, with incense, and do subtle differences like moving furniture around or adding a plant or adding a blanket. Guys, I promise you, the energy shift will be amazing. Everything that's slightly tied to the ex as well, get rid of, like I promise you. My only exceptions is obviously like nice gifts. Like there's some things that genuinely, like clothes that are expensive, that I still wear all the time. Now, that has been my last 3 years, I would say, 2-3 years. Obviously you guys have been a little bit kept up because I was posting here and there, so you've seen a couple things. But what happened when I dropped codependencies to everyone, I had all this energy, leftover energy that was placed in people that is now free. So all that energy returned to self. This allowed me for space to really understand what I wanted to do with my time and energy and not just waste it away. I was ignoring some of the key things that I used to tell myself, like time is the most valuable currency, so choose how you spend it. That is one of my most biggest things. I try to live every day literally as if it's my last. So what do I want to get in? What dreams do I want to push towards? What seeds do I want to plant? Having this energy cultivated back to myself, I started to delegate where this energy is going to go. So I went back to reading. I went back to the gym. I got myself back in the kitchen. I started cooking my healthy meals again. All these things ceased because of my relationship, because of the energy I was in, because I was so depleted in my energy. No spiritual connection. So I had nothing coming through for me to assist down, to come down, to bring my manifestations from the ethers down to earth. None of this was happening. Me spiritually talking in my downloads, none of that was even happening. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience, but I was disconnected from my spirituality. So cultivating all that back, going back to the gym, doing the healthy habits. It's not like I feel like how I did a few years ago, because I am an evolved state of myself. However, the wholeness and the energy and the light force that I feel radiate from it, like all I want to do is this, like that's how I feel, like in, out. The energy from inside that's radiating out is amazing. The way I treat people in my life now, the way the smile is back on my face, the way I walk into rooms, like the life force energy returned to my soul. We all go through shit. We all go through hard times. Genuinely, things are either blessings or lessons. Someone can enter your life and be the most amazing blessing ever, right? Like a relationship, a friendship, a career opportunity, whatever it might be. It might come up and be the most amazing blessing. You never know, guys. That might just be your next lesson. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying sometimes people can come in as blessings and ultimately show you a lesson. And you should be grateful for both of them, because your blessings, why wouldn't we be grateful for that? What we appreciate appreciates. So the more you appreciate it, the more you won't get. The lessons, why wouldn't you be grateful for that? Because you're here, here's the lesson, you learn it, you move on. What is that? Evolving. Hello, you go up in life. So it doesn't matter if it's a blessing or a lesson. Listen and learn from them all. Be as aligned as you can to your mind, spirit, and body. And ultimately love yourself first and foremost, and everything else will fall through. Thank you so much guys for watching. That's basically how I'm gonna sum up today's video, otherwise I genuinely will be going on for like 2 hours. So if you guys want to hear certain rabbit holes, let me know down below. I love to give the big sister self-love advice, so if you guys have any questions, if you have a situation you're struggling with, or you want something just generalized, please leave it in the comments below. Questions you might have, leave them below, or any content ideas that you'd like to see me do in the future, because we're back, baby. Thank you so much guys. I genuinely, you guys know how much I love this platform. You guys actually know 10 years ago version Cody, and that's crazy, and I love that for us. Genuinely, thank you so much for sticking around, and if you watched to the end of the video, I love you so much, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.